Oh, I love that question. Yeah, for us, the Bay and Golden State, like we're all about inclusivity. Um, I love it. I love the fact that people can feel their authentic self here, and we welcome everyone. Sometimes too, when I get a peek in a second, I'll look around in Valhalla, and I just see all the love. And I think the new people that are making either friendships or new family members, literally just by coming together and just feeling super inclusive. So I love the fact that we take super intentional steps to make everyone feel welcome.
To follow up on that, sports sometimes isn't always a welcoming place to that community. So why is it important that the Valkyries hold Pride Day for the community?
Well, just even for myself, like I don't feel like I've always fit in, whether it was being a Japanese American and playing basketball. Growing up, I was probably one of the very few in my city. Grew up in Orange County, and I didn't see a ton of Japanese Americans playing. So I kind of understand what it's like to be different, especially I'm small. I'm 1 3/4, and so people thought I was in the wrong building. In college, they thought that I was a gymnast and I was wearing the wrong backpack that said basketball. So always being mislabeled, I'd say, and always being misunderstood, um, makes you feel, you know, um, kind of sad in a way. But my dad, that's why I think my dad instilled in me a lot of confidence and a lot of like, as long as you believe in yourself, it doesn't matter. And don't worry about distractions and naysayers because there's always going to be a bunch of haters. So I was very lucky to have a father that instilled in me a very strong mindset. So that's why I do feel it's important that it's all inclusive. I do want people to feel welcome, but more importantly, to be themselves. And that being themselves is very special. Yeah. Hi, Marissa. You have fun in Vegas?
It was fine.
Said it was too hot.
It's too hot.
Okay.
At the end of the day. I was curious, how have you seen Gabby's leadership style kind of evolve, and is it what you expected it to be when you brought her in? And what's it been like just kind of seeing that develop with the other events on this team?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Just again, I've only known Gabby through watching her on the French national team, and so obviously through Seattle, she was vocal, she was fiery, but I just didn't know how she was gonna be. The coolest thing is Gabby didn't want to come in, like I said, just like, hey, I'm the leader. This is me. She wanted to take time to build her relationships, very similar to how V was. And so I think that way that she did it built a lot of trust with her teammates because I think it was more like, hey, let me fit in rather than let me just take over. What I love is like after every game, win or lose, she always wants more information on how she can help the team. I would say more versus losses. I think we text more. And so I think that type of accountability of I want to help this team continue to move and progress in the right way is really important, and it's not an easy job.
And Adam,
I know.
I know that you spoke positively about your time with Angel with Team USA. I don't know how much you knew her before that experience, but getting to work with her in that way, what was your biggest takeaway about her personally and as a basketball player after that?
Yeah, super confident. I sat down with her at a middle room. She was there really early. I remember one morning and we just chatted, and I love the confidence that she holds, the professionalism, the business like type mindset. And it was funny because this was right after she did the Victoria's Secret runway. And so I was like, hey, I was like, just props that you're able to, do that. I go, was it fun? And she was like, oh my gosh, like, I was nervous. And I was like, well, did you practice for it? She's like, hell yeah, I had to practice the walk. And she was really impressed with how much she didn't know and how much she learned through that whole experience. And, for anyone to be um, through a national stage like that, I always just give people props to get out of their comfort zone. And so learning from her on just again owning just be who you are and be proud of it. And so that's what I love about Angel is like she's Angel and she's gonna let you know how she is no matter what people think of her. And I think that's why I wanted to have so many conversations with her. But on the basketball court, obviously she's super passionate. She has a lot of fire. So every team we played, she wanted to just dominate and kill. And so yeah, I would say that confident, dominant, and she just doesn't care.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you again.
Nice to see
Tempo and pace of play. What's the philosophy for you there? And is that something that you might adjust depending on the opponent sometimes based on what they play?
Yeah, I think tactically, you have to go in with the mindset of like studying their strengths and weaknesses. And also for us, it's scheduling, and also for us, it's like health. I think number one, we've done a great job through these 17 games of staying healthy. I think that's just been a huge improvement than last year. Now, secondly, we're trying to navigate what tactic works the best. And for us, I thought that 4 games in 7 days was that we maximized and we emptied the tank, I thought, early in our first 2 games. In the third game, I actually thought we did a really good job. We just didn't close well. The fourth game, I thought we didn't have our communication and physicality. I'm trying to figure out, is that on me and my message delivery? Or was it, the way we prepped in terms of, I would say, the less than 48 hours? We had less than 48 hours before that last game, plus the travel. Did I wake them up early enough? I look at everything of how early I should have had my film session compared to my shoot around compared to them warming up. So, again, poor physicality, poor communication. I have to figure out where I can get their best out of 4 games in 7 days. So I'd say I'm still learning with that 4 game.
There was a stretch there where Chechi just wasn't quite getting her shots, her looks. These past couple games has been, more impactful scoring output wise.
Yeah.
How do you think she's kind of turned that corner, or what do you think kind of changed? Do you feel like how big is it for her confidence as well?
Well, I think Chechi has all the confidence in the world. And I think her teammates have been very supportive and expressive through, like you said, maybe at the beginning of the season, it wasn't there, but that's when I talked about tactically the matchups. Like sometimes Chechi is really much better in some of her matchup games, and I think she's been taken full advantage of in the last couple games. And also, we've been giving her a couple more sets that she likes. So it's been both. I think it's matchups. It's tactical in terms of, like you said, pace and space, but also getting her in the spots that she likes. So I'm still continuing to learn with the balance of Gabby and her and Tip and V in terms of like what they all like. So I think I'm mastering them slowly.
Last question.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Hey, I'm not sure how much you were able to follow your alma mater in the 2010s or so, but if you were, what were your thoughts of Jordan Canada at UCLA, and what kind of gives you the most concern with respect to her now when she's playing with Atlanta? Because it's kind of her and Monique Billings that kind of really helped Corey close in her first part of her career there.
Yeah, I would say her speed. Her speed is pretty lethal. It's almost like she's getting faster. Like at UCLA, she was fast. I think now she's like, for some reason, she looks a lot stronger. I think from her college years, and I think she really has bought into a system under Carl, of what she is doing in terms of her space within the team, and then when she should punch the paint. I think in transition, I think that's when she's at her best, because she's not really going against a set defense. But they also have a ton of movement plays where if she gets able to shake loose, then she's able to punch the paint and spray. Because I think she's averaging 12 and 10 assists over the last 2 games with 2 turnovers. So that's a very good number. So the best thing for us is just keep her out of the paint, with that speed, which I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.